man, you said you talk about a tough season. The season ended for the Eagles probably in the toughest way.
I know you're not talking. You're a Falcons fan.
No. And it's not even about, and at this point, it's not necessarily even about record. It's about really how it ended in the fact that the team's pride and integrity came into question. You know, everybody's talking about it now about, you know, whether Doug, you know, put in Nate and, you know, kind of threw up the white flag, taking it out, whether it was for a draft spot or whatnot or what have you, whatever the reason was for, you know, kind of being in that situation and kind of that being the finale to your season. What has the atmosphere been like? And, you know, how tough was that to kind of go through that and, you know, have the team that you like to root for, you know, kind of called into question like that?
Well, no problem. I mean, I've been through everything. The Eagles do what's best for the Philadelphia Eagles. Honestly, everybody's on to 2021, getting ready for free agency in the draft. I'm very aware of what everybody is seeing out there. I'm very aware of what Giants fans feel. The Eagles don't obviously have an obligation to the Giants to put them in the playoffs. But look, the plan was to play Nate Sudfeld, and frankly, I was expecting Nate to go in. From what I had understood, he was going to go in after halftime. And I was sitting there going, boy, I hope Jalen plays one more series or two more series. I'd love to see him through the third quarter. So I understand the optics, but the fact is Nate was going to play. Yeah. And while the object is to win, I think everybody was feeling like, hey, Nate got a little bit of reward. He hadn't played since 2017, and Doug wanted to give him a chance. There were 12 or 13 players who were not healthy, who were inactive for the game, and yet the Eagles were still in that football game. So I get the whole reaction, but you know, I really feel what's good for the Philadelphia Eagles, what's best for the Eagles, and the Eagles, unfortunately, fortunately, lost the game, and now the team has the 6th draft pick in April 29th, and now they have to make the best of it. But I certainly do understand how people are reacting. I respect their emotions, but I'm going to back Doug Peterson on this one.
Okay, Dave, we're going to wrap it up soon, but I know you put out your articles pretty much at the end of every game. Usually you do about 7 takeaways from the game. So what's your biggest takeaways from this season?
Eagles quarterback play went downhill, and I can't figure out what happened with Carson Wentz. Way too many injuries, decimated by injuries. Why are there so many injuries? The defense wasn't physical enough for me. I need to see more guys who are really going to create a lot of havoc. And, you know, it's just a team that never finished off drives, never sustained momentum, never showed the kind of killer instinct that great Eagles teams in the past had shown. And that's why, at the end of the day, Eagles won 4 games and have the 6th pick in the NFL draft.
I got one more here for you on my end, Dave. So, Zach Ertz, we got to talk about him his emotion, seeing that there. I mean, it was really touching to see, you know, honestly,
we all did.
What the city and what the team, showing what that really meant to him, and, you know, just how cool was that to see out of Zach Ertz after all the, you know, reports and emotion, you know, and all the everything swirling around him this season, you know, just so how cool was that to see, you know, Zach Ertz really show that, you know, the Eagles are always near to his heart.
Yeah, it's not just the Eagles, guys. It's Philadelphia. He's invested a lot of his foundation, has invested a lot in Philadelphia. He knows it's going to be hard to come back to Philly because of his contract and his age, and the Eagles are really pressed against the salary cap. So it was genuine. It was organic. It was heartfelt. It was just very touching, and it makes you realize that at the end of the day, it's not just football. It's putting down roots in a city that you love, making a lot of friends in the corporate world, in the community. And I mean, I thought it was a beautiful thing to see Zach. And I don't know what's going to happen with him, but it certainly seems like he's preparing emotionally to leave the city of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So just to follow up on that, it's really good to see, like, because I heard him mention, like, he was talking to the media, and he was thanking the media just for how cordial they were and, like, how respectful they were. So it's good to hear, like, some players, because, you know, there's some players that they don't want to talk to the media at all. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right. So it's good to hear, like, the respect was mutual between him and the media.
And most guys actually do know that. They know how hard everybody works. Yeah. They know the job that it entails. And let's be honest, the media takes the players' message to the fans. Mm-hmm. Certainly the players have their own social media, but your relationship with the media is an important one, and Zach's always had a great one with Philadelphia media.
Yeah, and when Malcolm Jenkins left too, like, he had nothing but love for the city. We talked to Brandon Boykin, and he played for a couple of teams, and he said the Eagles was his favorite. So there's something special going on there. Lastly, I'm gonna ask you, just it's a joke, but since you're the insider, are we gonna take a quarterback with the number 6 pick?
No. No.
I had to ask because I've seen a couple of people joking around Twitter.
But maybe I don't think so. I really don't. I think it's too early to know yet. But I would be shocked if the Eagles took a quarterback number 6.
So what was your initial reaction when we took Ertz? Because I know a lot of people, like, you know, Twitter fans Eagles fans' reactions were kind of going viral. Were you like shocked? Were you surprised? Or
yeah. I was totally shocked. Yeah. Certainly a really talented player, but the Eagles fell in love with him, and they didn't want anybody to know. So they were able to pick him up in the second round, and we'll see what happens next year. Whether it's Carson, whether it's Jalen, or whether it's both of them back in Philadelphia, I truly don't know.
And I know you said it was a little too early to tell, and that's just overall, not just at a quarterback position, but any position. Real quick, do you see the Eagles possibly trying to go after a wide receiver early on in the draft with that number 6 overall pick, or is it just too early to know?
I mean, there's a couple of really, really good ones.
Mm-hmm.
They have needs all across the roster, so I think pretty much anything is possible. Honestly, like I don't think quarterback, but honestly, a 4-11 in one team. You go with the best player who's on your board. Could be a wide receiver, could be a lot of different positions.
So lastly, I just want to wish you good luck because I know you're going to be busy this offseason.
I love that. I hope so. When something happens, if you want me to come back on anytime, I would love to be on the show again.
Yes, I would love to have you back on. But we respect your work. We know it's a lot of work, especially losing season, winning season is a lot of work going into what you do. So we appreciate it. I appreciate the thorough takeaways that you post. They're very informative. So thank you for that.
Thank you. And thanks for having me. And it's good to see you. And let's stay in touch.
Fly
Eagles fly.
Fly Eagles.